Good morning. It's Christmas Eve, December 24th, and it's cold, but I'm going to set up around the lake anyway, and we'll see how it goes. It's minus 19 Celsius, which is about minus 2 Fahrenheit, and wind chill is supposed to be minus 30, which is minus 22 Fahrenheit. So I am got my face covered and, my nose anyway, and wearing my warmest clothes, and we'll see how it goes. People out walking dogs, so some things never change, no matter what the temperature is. I've been out when it was colder than this already, and next week it's supposed to be a high of minus 28, which, what would that be in Fahrenheit? 8 times minus 72, quite 15, about 13, starting from minus, which is about minus 18 Fahrenheit, 18 or 19, for a high. And it's supposed to go to minus 31 or 32 a couple of nights, which is below minus 20 Fahrenheit. Minus 23, 24, colder, somewhere in there. Of course, the two scales come together at minus 40. So if we get there, I won't have to do any conversion. There is sunshine today, as you can see. We had some fresh snow, last night and the night before. So everything's very white. Christmas is supposed to snow on Christmas. I won't walk tomorrow. I won't walk Monday. Sunday. We'll see about Monday. I'll get back to it next week. At least in some fashion, although that's when the really cold weather is hitting. So how long I will walk on a really, really cold day. Well, let's see how it goes today when it's not really all that cold by local standards, but cold enough. I'll be adjusting my scarf a lot to keep it on my nose. And I'll have ice in my eyebrows by the time I'm done this. And my eyelashes. Then when I get back, I've got to shovel the walk. From the little bit of snow we had last night. You can sort of see it. Not that much, just kind of, not exactly a dusting, maybe a centimeter. Something like that. Also see what the wind's doing. I don't know where it's blowing from. Probably northwest. Lots of crunching here. Morning. So I won't see any Christmas lights because I started later today with the sun heading up. No need to dream of a white Christmas, that's for sure. Good, now my knee's hurting. Now that'll probably work itself out as I continue. Something you notice as you get older, random pains. They don't seem to be caused by anything, they just happen. Clearly there's a cause, but it's not immediately apparent. So I didn't do anything weird to the knee. I'm just walking along, and all of a sudden my left knee starts to hurt a little bit. I have no idea what the wind is. So I'm going to feel it on the return trip today. And hopefully down the stairs here. Through the tunnel. There's the lake. Right. I have run some sort of a little bit of clearing here, the pathway it looks like. So the sun's up, but it's quite low, as it will be. The days are starting to get longer as of 2 days ago. But you won't notice it in the mornings. We got some sundogs going on. Can you see that on the screen? The bright spots on either side of the sun there? There you can. Once I clear this tree, it'll be more obvious. There you go. Sundogs. That's ice crystals in the atmosphere refracting the sun. Basically, rainbow is made out of ice, caused by ice. Be my thumbnail, we'll see. Okay, let's keep moving. Now the other question will be, will we see any geese today, or have they really given up the ghost now? I can't imagine there's any. I'd be surprised if there's still that little patch of open water in the middle. That'd be surprising. One thing about sundogs, in general, it's not easy to indicate how cold it is. In a video like this, I tell you it's cold, but you can't feel it. But the sundogs give you a sense, because they just look cold. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I live here and associate with cold, clear weather. Still hurting a little. Hi, buddy. Merry Christmas to you too. See the ice in the sun there. And, still have to be careful. there with the sun dog above it. I don't think I'll take this shortcut, it'll be too much snow today, so I'll follow the path around. Through there, be a bit of a slog. I don't know if they're doing any work on the pool today or not. There's like the shadows, the sun shining through the trees. It's better grip a little to the side where there's snow. Yeah, see my eyelashes trying to freeze together. Hi, Kirk in Vancouver. See over there. And Merry Christmas to you too. Forgot to say that. Posted a picture last night of the cat by the Christmas tree in the fire. 2 more sleeps of Christmas, unless you're a cat. And it's something like, I don't know, 24? Depends on how you count, I guess. And here we are at Willow Island again, where the Shards of Excalibur series begins. Not when the lake is frozen, because the Lady of the Lake shows up right there. But it's water, not ice. You do get to winter later on in the series. It starts in the fall, then it goes into winter, obviously, and it ends in the spring. So it really takes place over a fairly short period of time. Not as short as my novel, The City Born, where a lot happens, but when I actually looked at it, it happens basically over a weekend, or the equivalent amount of time, the entire novel. It's quite compressed in the action. Again. See the wind blowing the snow along the path there. I could have kept up with that walker, but I find it weird to be right behind somebody and talking to myself, so that's one reason I paused, just to let, I think it's a her, get away. I'm plenty warm. despite it being minus 19, minus 30 wind chill. Then again, I haven't turned into the wind yet. I feel it more when I turn the corner up here and it's in my face. Ooh, sky. I breathe into, here comes a jogger. I breathe into and it blows warm air at my face, so it helps some. Covers my nose a bit. Everything's fresh and white today with the fresh snow we just had and the blue sky, so it looks quite different from this week. Last Friday when I walked around the lake, it was all gray, so everything was pretty much the same color. Now we got this nice blue sky happening with sunshine. Of course, typically you get your coldest air in bright sunshine around here because it's an Arctic high that settles down over the prairies. Locks in all the cold air. So it'll be still, which is good usually. You get the wind in it when the weather is changing. Like yesterday it shot up to just below freezing. And then the temperature dropped precipitously with the high wind for a while. Okay, unstable internet connection. Got that for a while. Hopefully it stays up. Nice and clear along here. Nice and bright over there. Can't see a thing looking that way. Of course. The bridge over there. Little island back behind us, and downtown is in that direction. Yes, the wind's blowing from the northwest, it feels like, which is usually where cold air comes from. It's coming in the westerlies and these latitudes and tilted to the north to bring down that good Arctic fresh air from the Arctic. That's what we're doing right now. Since I don't have an extra line, since they just don't work anymore, apparently. I don't know why. They work, but they don't stay connected. So what you get is what you get. Go down this way. Path is at all traversable. I don't think they cleared it, but people have walked all of it, so it should be okay. Oops, watch out for that bush. Yeah, they're not clearing this path clearly. So we'll see how long we keep walking along here. What the snow does this year. The moon's up there too. I don't know if you can see it or not. Drift's starting to form along here. Yes. So wherever you have open space like this, then you get the snow drifts. So the wind was blowing over the lake. The snow is collected here more deeply. and right across the path. So again, they're not clearing this path. The bridge is clear for some reason. Well, that's where the geese were, and they're gone. It's frozen over. So last week, I guess, was the farewell to the geese for sure. They finally all gave up in Hampton. Right into the sun now, so if you say anything, maybe a few minutes before I can see it. Somebody went to the trouble to put peace in the snow here. And a peace sign. Seems to have been more traffic along here, like people walking to the bridge, but not going up the rest of the way, maybe. Going this way this time, because it seems to be cleared. Way, but it's okay. I don't think I'll be on Pine Island. They're not maintaining it at all. Totally unnecessary little semicircle there. Of course, is where all the rowing clubs hang out, but they're not active right now. And Bar Willow up there is a very nice restaurant, and they do have heaters and shelters set up, so they may still be offering dining on the deck. It might depend on just how cold it is. I can see that working at some temperatures, but on a really bitterly cold day, I don't think that would be sufficient since there's no insulation in the walls. Quite warm. Again, I haven't actually turned into the wind yet. It's behind me. If there was no wind, I'd be over covered at the moment. There's the bar window. Willow hangs out. Used to be called the Willow on Wascana. And they changed their name to Bar Willow. lake, start up the other side, I'll be walking into the wind. Then I'll see how cold it is in my face. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Depending what you think Christmas looks like. You can see the snow being chased by the wind there across the path a little bit. The sun lights it up nicely in this direction. Over the bridge. That's the Front Street Bridge there. See how smooth the ice is underneath the snow. And here we go. There's the lake. Here's the lake. And that snow is ice. And in parts of it, under that ice, is water. I don't know how deep it is. They're frozen solid in shallow areas by now. Might not. So that's working on. One reason they deepened it to, I think, 9 meters was to ensure that it didn't freeze solid the entire lake. Which meant that fish can now overwinter, which they weren't able to before. That was in 2003, I think, when they emptied out the whole lake and deepened it and did a lot of work on the path, the islands and so forth. You can see the snow going across the path very nicely, if that's the sort of thing you like to see. Snow is very dry at this temperature. Obviously, it's not water, essentially. There's the wind. Yeah, I'm going to feel that already. To make sure I keep covered as well as I can. Every time I'm exposed like this. You'll be the first to know. I've always said about -20 is my limit for doing, especially if the wind's blowing, for doing a long walk. And that's about where we are today. When it goes to -28 next week for a high, I'll try to take a walk, but it'll probably just be around the block or something. Somewhere in the neighborhood. Or I bundle up even better than I am now. Do a silent walk. I think there's much more I can do. I can wear a face mask, but I don't want one. I had one as a kid. That gets a comment boat. I still have geese. They haven't all left. They're over here. The fools. Flying around here too. So those look like ducks. We have to have a little more back here. Those are ducks. They're way behind on their migration if they're ducks. That's a magpie or a blue jay. Not bother with Pine Island, I don't think. Must have some liquid water in it still. Faster you're losing body. Nice, keep off the ice, but they're out there. One tiny little patch left. Aren't too cold though. Pretty good gloves, these heavy duty ones. I guess I'm feeling my right finger's getting a little heavy. So I may shift hands here. Maybe I'll do that now. Down in the pocket for a minute or two. The other one take the brunt. Still some shelter back here. I won't be directly exposed to the wind very much because of the windbreaks, so should be okay. Shadow, me and my shadow, strolling on the lake pathway. In my shadow, it's a lovely sunny day. Just a little cold. Yesterday, of course, was December 23rd. I should have taken a walk because if you're a Seinfeld fan, December 23rd is Festivus, a festival for the rest of us. Additional airing of the grievances. Pizza strength. I asked my daughter, who's 20, if she knew about Festivus, and she did because their drama teacher in high school I made a point of it. And showed them the episode, I think. I always thought it was an earlier episode, but it's actually in the final season. Season 9. I didn't really watch Seinfeld, but we're rewatching it now for that reason. Oh! You can see where the edge of the path was there. All the episodes are on Netflix, so we're on to season 3, halfway through season 3 of 9, although the first 2 seasons were short. We watched all the way through MASH. I thought, let's catch up on another pop culture phenomenon. Sort of a half-hour thing you can watch at the end of the day, for the period on the day before going to bed. Oh, let's take a turn out here. See? Located in the tranquil Lee of Spruce Island, this Wascana overlook has been made possible with the generous support of Saturn of Regina. They don't make Saturns anymore, do they? Anyway, this is Spruce Island, in whose tranquil lee we apparently are standing. And that's Connexus Arts Center over there, our major theatrical space. Willow Island is, there is a landing, but it's not a place you can go like rent space on, unlike, Spruce Island, unlike Willow Island, which you can. Spruce Island's just for habitat. Certainly fewer people around the lake today, but I did have that one woman, I think, go by me quick, walking briskly. Now I had a jogger. I saw somebody else in the distance, but never talked to them. When a jogger meets a jogger coming through the snow. Says the jogger to the jogger, it's begun to blow. But they're running, it's quite stunning just how warm you'll get. Trying to surpass the jogger, which you just now met. There we go. An Edward Willett original lyric. You heard it here first and last. Now that tune's stuck in my head. Very pretty with the sun out. Even though it's really cold, it's very pretty. One of these days, I'll get a hoarfrost walk. Get fog overnight and the trees are all covered in ice. That'll be pretty. It'll happen. It always happens. Sometimes it happens just from the fog of exhaust and chimney plumes and all that. Because that's what you see, of course. It's mostly water vapor. And so we make a kind of a localized fog, which can freeze on things too, or at least contribute. Somebody gets to get out with a plow and drive along these paths and clear them every so often. It's like fun. Everybody just don't run over anybody. And the wind on my left side now a little bit more. Mid cheek. I suddenly realized it's stinging. And again, this is 10 degrees warmer within our high 10 degrees Celsius, so that's 18 degrees Fahrenheit warmer, and it's supposed to be for a high about next week. So we'll see how that plays out. Someone's coming up behind me. They must be jogging or they wouldn't be touching me that fast. Younger than me. We're walking sort of straight downtown as we turn the corner here. I think I'll follow the lake pathway all the way. I haven't done that recently. I usually go up to the ledge, but today we'll just carry on. There's Willow Island again over there. And we'll look back across the lake again. Sundogs are still there, maybe not quite as prominent as they were a little earlier. Fountain coming into view. I usually walk down by it, but today, of course, there's the ledge, the eastern elevation. Oh, another comment bot. Who does that work for? Does anybody really look at a random 3 letters dot space 3 letters, say, "Ooh, what I need to do is follow that link"? I mean, nobody would do that. So who benefits from that sort of crap? That's like the, I know with spam, they're absolutely ludicrous, most of them. But I suppose we send out millions, which they do. Left cheek is stinging from the cold. I suppose you only need, 100 to give you all their savings, and you're done pretty good. So there's downtown, across the lake. This is kind of the spot where the cover of Song of the Sword, the first Chartres Scotland book, represents. In the wind. That can be very disconcerting on the road, in the highway with your headlights on. Constant motion across the road surface, or it can hide the road surface completely, of course. You better slow down. This is United Empire Loyalists Memorial up here, or as I think of them as American by birth, traitors. But of course, had the British won, they would not have been seen as disloyal as they are since the Americans won. To Americans, they're not seen as that. In Canada, obviously. Downtown. I guess if you look straight there between those two taller buildings, that's Scarth Street. just a little further over is Lorne in Cornwall, and that's where the tornado back in 1912 basically came past the then under construction legislative building, went across the lake, and tore on around through downtown, killed 20-some people. There was a memorial to it, remembrance for the centennial in 2012. I took part in. I played the mayor of the time, read the names of the people who died in the tornado. They rang church bells at the time. And then I hosted sort of an open-air concert thing as well. Now the wind is directly in my face. So I'm just keeping my hand up there to keep my hood, minimize the amount of skin exposed. There's your minus 30 wind chill. Figured that'd be where I'd get it the most. So there's the ornamental gardens in the ledge. Not very ornamental right now, they're just white like everything else. I also noticed a couple of cold walks I've done that the iPhone battery goes down much faster than it does in warm weather. I wondered about that. Back before it got cold. My hypothesis has proved complete. And presumably the same thing's happening to the gimbal, but it seems, well, of course I'm holding it, so it's good about a bit warmth in it. It seems to be holding its charge about the same as usual. But I did notice that the iPhone seemed to go down, not to the point it's going to quit on me on one of these walks, but I did notice it was faster to lose power. Well, we're almost done. Around the lake, back under the overpass, a couple of blocks and home. Wasn't so bad. Even in the windy bits, I just kept my head down and my toque pulled over my eyebrows and my scarf pulled up over my nose. Put my hand a couple of times to keep the hood down. It was fine. I can see a rim of ice on my scarf just below my eyes, and I can feel ice in my eyelashes from time to time. Because as you breathe with the scarf, you blow moist air up into your face, and it collects on your eyebrows and eyelashes. My eyebrows are kind of covered on too, so I don't think they got iced up today like they did first time I walked in that cold weather 2 or 3 weeks ago. So you look like an Arctic explorer. You're out here long enough. Look at the lake. The sun picks up the jagged areas of the wind. This won't be my last walk of the year. It will be my last walk until next week. Maybe Monday. I suppose it may be Sunday, but probably not. But I will be back. See the flags flying up there, give you some idea of how fast the wind is actually blowing. We've got the Commonwealth flag, United Kingdom. We've got the Canadian flag, and the Saskatchewan flag is the green and yellow. My grip was getting a little weird on the I'm going to drop it. These gloves are too fat to fit the little safety hoop. Clearly we'll leave the path in the lake. through the painted underpass. Okay, Christmas Sonoma. Santa's already making his rounds on the other side of the world. Or already has. Let's see, is it tomorrow yet on the other side of the international date line? Somewhere it is. Now, I'll put this away, and before I get undressed, I will do my own little bit of snow shoveling. And then I'll go and have more nice hot coffee. Not that I'm cold. Sounds cozy. Definitely not cozy. Not particularly cold. Now that I'm not that wind blowing on my face, that's the only time I felt nippy. Thanks, Elmar. Very Merry Christmas to you too. And a happy New Year. Well, I'll be out again before New Year, so wish New Year's again. Gold Crescent. And then school directly ahead, down the valley. Fun sport. Walking? I never think of it as a sport, but I suppose it could be. It's fun though. I mean, there's a competitive walking, which you walk like this. The trouble with competitive walking is you look really goofy when you do it. Maximizing your speed while not being able to take, making sure one foot stays on the ground at all times. Present. So we'll stop right here. So thank you for walking with me this time and any other time you've walked with me. And have the very merriest of Christmases. I will be back next week sometime. Until then, happy holidays. Bye for now.